How are you all doing tonight? Good, yay! So welcome to At America. We are the U.S. Embassy's American Center. It's your go-to place to learn more about American culture through our exciting program. My name is Dila and I'll be your MC for today's event. And today, you're joining a program with a title, Metropolitan Toastmasters, Small Action, Lasting Impact. Can we give a round of applause? And before we start, I have a trivia question for Sobat America who joined us via online. And the question is it true or false? There are fewer than 10,000 Toastmasters clubs worldwide. If you know the answer, please submit it to our social media. And if you get it right, you will get a live shout out from us by the end of this session. All right, are you ready to learn and have some fun with maths? Yeah? Yes, so please join me in welcoming the president of Metropolitan Toastmasters Club, Hans.
All right, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Yay! Has everyone had their dinner yet? Not quite. Yeah, I had my dinner. That was pretty good, but yeah. Welcome to tonight's edition of Metropolitan Toastmasters. My name is Hans, and I'm the president of this Toastmasters Club. But before I start, I'd like to invite at least one person from the audience, at least one guest, to come up here to have a little chit-chat. Is anyone feeling good for tonight? Ooh. Or should I just pick someone at random? Ooh. I think I'll see the guy with a blue polo shirt. Yep. Right. So please tell us your name, how did you find us, and what you hope to gain from tonight.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is DR, and I found Toastmasters basically through a combination of doom scrolling and boredom, and I thought that it might be interesting to give this event a shot because I genuinely wanted to learn more about public speaking and how I could improve my career professionally. So yeah. Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you all.
Sorry, what's your name again? Sorry.
DR.
DR.
Yeah.
I like the implication that we are part of your doom scrolling. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed tonight.
Thank you.
So, and I see there are quite a few guests for this in the audience. So I'd like to start this meeting by introducing ourselves and what Toastmasters is. So Toastmasters is a nonprofit educational organization which aim is to build confidence, teach public speaking, and leadership skills. We have 275,000 members worldwide, and this is the answer for that trivia question earlier. We have over 14,000 clubs in over 150 countries. So if you go abroad, wherever you go, you'll probably find Toastmasters there. So it's not just us. Next, please. So our mission is to learn communication and public speaking. We aim to elevate our members' confidence and personal growth. We also have a mentorship program, so you can learn through mentorship. And also, what quite specific to Toastmasters is our evaluations, which you'll see nearer to the end of the meeting. And as I alluded to earlier, you'll be part of a positive and supportive community globally all over the world. But there are over 14,000 clubs in the entire globe, but we are the only one which works in collaboration with At America. Please give a round of applause. We have a tagline. Whenever anyone, me or whoever else, says "have fun," please reply with "Go Mets." So let's try that out. Have fun? Go Mets! I think it can be louder. Have fun? Go Mets! Yep. Well done, everyone. We learn in Toastmasters. We learn public speaking through something called pathways. So this is something a bit like a school curriculum. These are the 6 programs that are available to you should you join us. And through these 6, we could call them pathways. You don't only learn to speak in front willy-nilly. Through these pathways, you can learn something a bit more specific in terms of public speaking. And you can choose them according to your personal goals, personal or professional goals. So, for example, if you're looking to climb through the corporate ladder and you want to learn more about leadership, you can take the dynamic leadership pathway, for example. Or if you want to be funny in front of people, you can take the engaging humor pathway. So you can choose one out of these 6 pathways freely, according to your goals, and should you become a member. Next. And these are the people who runs the club. It's not just me. So my name is Hans, I'm the president. We have Toastmaster Mon as our vice president of education. Where is she? Oh, I can't see. Oh, she's hiding in the back because she's wearing her mask. We have Toastmaster Trisha as our vice president of membership. So if you want to become a member, you should go see her. We have Toastmaster Batari as our vice president of public relations. She's holding the phone because she's in charge of our social media. Next. We have Toastmaster Rain as our treasurer, who's not here tonight. She's obviously in charge of our money. We have Toastmaster Nadine as our secretary. She will be doing something very special later. And finally, we have Toastmaster Erza as our sergeant at arms. He's in charge of our logistics, and if you see everything light up nicely, it's because of him. So thank you very much for Toastmaster Erza. So that's all for introduction of Toastmasters. If you want to learn more, you can go talk to either of 7 of those people earlier to find out more about us. But this is the time where I officially start the meeting by knocking this gavel. Woo! We'll not be talking anymore for now, but I would like to invite up the fabulous Toastmaster Claudia as our Toastmaster of the meeting.
Thank you, Mr. President, Toastmaster Hans. Good evening, everybody! Let's set the mood right. I'm Claudia, and I will be the Toastmaster of the meeting, aka MC for tonight. Can we go to the next slide, please, gentlemen? We are going to, what is this? So we are going to have our regular meeting for tonight, and in our regular meeting, usually we will have like 3 agenda. Anybody wants to volunteer? What do you know about our regular meeting? What agenda we usually have? It's usually start with a prepared speech session. So those are speeches by our members that will usually a little bit longer, 5 to 7 minutes, and then followed by an impromptu speech session that is open for everybody. That's a table topic session, but unfortunately, tonight, if you are coming here, looking forward to volunteer yourself as tribute for the table topic session, we will not have a table topic session for tonight, but don't worry, we will have a great session still, and then it will be followed by an evaluation session. So Toastmaster Hans already said that something that is very important in Toastmasters is evaluation, because this is not an English class, it's a community. So we learn together, and we learn by getting evaluations of what we do by our friends. Okay, now, for our regular meeting, usually we have a theme and word of the day. Can we go to the next slide, please? Right. Next. Okay. Word of the day is sustain. So sustain here is a verb. Anybody wants to give a definition of sustain? Sustain, what is sustain? To maintain, Toastmaster Ali? Okay, to maintain something so it continuously like go and grow. Okay, we have an example right here. It's a small action that can sustain a healthier planet. So it's something that will make something sustainable. It's a verb and an adjective. All right, next one. Today, for all the agenda, we will have role takers. Those are the kind of people that will help us in running our event. Now, before we introduce everyone, I would like to call upon our general evaluator, Toastmaster Ein. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Toastmasters Claudia. Wow, she has such this radiating energy of positivity. Don't you agree? Yes. So, hello everyone. Yeah, I'll be tonight's general evaluator. So, for the new members here, you might hear the word general being it's just very vague. So, I'll briefly explain my role on what I do. So, I will be evaluating how smoothly this meeting went, including like the timing of the meetings and how long certain sections take. That'll be it. Yeah. Oh wait, it's not. I would like to call upon my role takers, please. Please. Yo, Ali, could you come up, please? Please.
Have fun. Thank you so much for such wonderful energy, and thank you so much for coming here. Today, well, when it comes to grammarian, it's always such a very huge burden because I feel like it's really hard role to take. I'm so scared right now. I'm taking a role as a grammarian, but to be honest, my grammar is absolutely, yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Such a supportive word. So let me just briefly tell you what my task is. So basically, as a grammarian, I'd like to pay that much attention to all the speakers or evaluators that comes to the stage, whether it's gonna be something inappropriate or grammatically error, then I'll write it down, and by the end of the meeting, I'd like to report one by one. And also, I'd like to remind all of you about the words of the day, which already mentioned by our beautiful Tom. Can anyone guess? Yes, exactly. So the word of the day that we need to use now for all the speakers and evaluator, which is sustain, which means to support, to maintain, or prolong something over a period of time. So please make sure to all speakers and evaluators, you use these words wisely throughout your speech. And also, last but not least, I'd like to take a note for the very amazing words coming from all the speakers and evaluators. I think I'll call it a day and giving this mic back to the EGE. Thanks.
Thank you, Toastmasters Ali. All right, I would like to call upon Toastmasters Aisha as our and WOD counter. I'll tell you guys a brief description of what she does. She'll basically be counting down your fill of words.
I think she's there.
Oh, where she is? Come here, please. Come here. Here.
Thank you, Toastmaster N. Good evening, everyone. I'm Toastmaster Aisha. So today, my role taker as and WOD counter. The purpose of this role taker is to note words and sound that are used as catch or pause filler. So during the meeting, I will note for overused word, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also note for filler pause like and are. I will also note who speak repeats word or fast like I or that's mean. And at the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times you use this expression. So thank you. That's it for me. Back to the Toastmaster N.
Very nice introductory there. All right, so next is the ballot counter. Ooh, what does she do? Please come up. Explain your role.
Hi everyone. Hi. Have fun? Okay, basically I just want to remind, use your vote so your favorite paper speaks and also favorite evaluator could win in the end of defense. So I will come back and announce the winner. Back to you, Toastmaster N.
Nice. All right, I'll make this quick. Timer, please come up. He's really excited.
Hi everyone. Hello. Good evening. Have fun? Thank you very much. My name is Erza, and tonight I will be helping you guys to serve as a timer. So basically what I'm gonna do as a timer, I will be noting down the duration of each speech, and I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red lights over there. And as you could see, we have, please next. Okay, we have two kind of speakers here: prepared speech and then evaluation speech. And then for the prepared speaker, we have 5 minutes and 10 minutes for the green light, and then 6 minutes and 11 minutes for yellow light, and red for 7 and 12 minutes. So since our speakers have different levels, so for the icebreakers, we're gonna have 4, 5, and 6 minutes. But then for the other speaker who is already in level 5, we're gonna have 10, 11, and 12 speakers. And then for the next, it will be evaluation speech. You have to pay attention to your evaluation speech to not more than 3 minutes, because under time and overtime speeches are not qualified to be voted. And then, oh yeah, after the red light, speakers will also have 30 seconds to wrap up their speech. And then please note that timing will start after first verbal or non-verbal communication. So I believe that's all I gotta say as a timer. I will be giving the stage back to our Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Ain. Thank you very much. Oh, to Tom.
Yes, thank you very much, Toastmaster Arza. Okay, awesome. So now we have a very great explanations from all the role takers. I think everybody will understand what is going to happen for the next 1 hour. And next is going to be the prepared speech by one of our members. And I will be calling upon our evaluator that will be evaluating our first speaker. This evaluator will be introducing the speaker and highlighting the project and the purpose of the speech, and then calling the speaker. So without further ado, let's give it up for our first evaluator, Toastmasters Sonny from SCBD Toastmasters Club. Floor is yours.
Thank you. Have fun? One more. Have fun? Wow, I always love the energy of Metropolitan Toastmasters. Woo! Good evening, everyone. My name is Sonny from the fellow neighbors of SCBD Toastmasters Club. Tonight, I'll be the evaluator of Toastmaster Alisa. And today, Toastmaster Alisa will deliver one of the most important projects in Toastmaster. What is it? It's Icebreaker, which is the first ever project that Toastmaster Alisa will deliver in Toastmasters. Woo! In this project, Toastmaster Alisa will introduce herself to the club as well as getting introduced to the basic speech structure. Okay, I will not talk too much. Let's just give the stage to Toastmaster Alisa, the journey we share, the journey we share, Toastmaster Alisa.
If you could thank one person that has changed your entire life and shaped the person that you are today, who would it be? Let's take a little while to think about this. Maybe it's your parents, or maybe it's your friends who never left you behind, or maybe it's your teacher who always understand and believe in you. Let's think about that person. Whoever that came into your mind, I would like to ask all of you to think and keep them in mind throughout my speech today. In this world, we are constantly asked by our surroundings, "Hey Alyssa, what do you want to be in the next 5 years?" Or, "What is your plan for today's?" Or maybe,
What was your biggest achievement in the last year? Unfortunately, we are taught to focus more on reaching destination rather than thinking about who has been walking with us throughout our entire journey. Today, how about take a little pause before we actually continuing chasing our dream, but instead, let's think about the person that has shaped the person you are today. I'm not going to talk about success, achievement, or even milestone. Let's think about the question, who has been walking beside all of you throughout your entire journey in every stages of life? And actually, that question reminds me of my favorite Indonesian band. And that band finally has released the new song called as We Against the World. Anyway, the name of the band is Ballet, if you know that band. And when the first time I listened to the song, I could finally instantly click and thought that this is the kind of song that I would like to listen even 1,000 times in a day. Because there is one lyric from this music. The lyric says, if we fail today, tomorrow we will try again. I thought it was only a simple sentence about perseverance. But when I take a little closer, a little detail, there is one simple word that changed the entire meaning. The lyric doesn't say I, but it says we. When we fail today, tomorrow we will try again. It means when we finally be encountered with any challenges in our life, somehow the reason why we finally stand back up and also bounce back again, sometimes it's not purely because our power or maybe it's not because our strength. But sometimes it's because the person or the people who decided to always be beside us, no matter how cruel or how difficult the situation is. And there is also another lyric of this song, which is we against the world. I think this is the heart of the song. Because sometimes life can always be challenging, right? And sometimes also we couldn't even, and we have no idea how to figure out or solve the challenges that beyond our ability. But when we know there is a person or maybe there are some people who is beside us, it can finally lighten up some burden that we have on our shoulder. So before I actually conclude this speech, let me ask you one question that I asked to you in the beginning. Who is the person who changed your entire life? Whoever who came into your mind before the time is too late, please don't be hesitant to just tell them how much they mean a lot to you. Because sometimes, years from now, in the future, you might forget how busy your life was. And also, you might forget the word that you might get in the present moment. But I do believe that you will never forget the people who laughed with you and also the people who decided to always be there for you in every stages of life. to accompany you to accompany you to get through any ebb and flow. Because I believe that life is not about solving the problems alone, but it's all about finding the right people who can always rely on. I think that's all for me. I'm Toastmaster Alisa and I'm checking out. Thank you. Okay.
Look at that. So endearing. I almost forgot. It was my time. Great speech. Hey, congratulate Toastmaster Alyssa. This is her first speech. Welcome to the club. I've known you for quite some time now, Toastmaster Alyssa. And finally, I can see you on stage. That's great. And also, that was a very great speech because it relates a lot with a lot of us, I believe. I can think about, a lot of people that shaped me to who I am today. I think about my mom, my dad, my friends, everything. Okay, that's great. Now, let's move on to our next speaker. Again, before introducing our second speaker, I would like to call upon our second evaluator, who is none other than our Mr. President himself. So, Toastmaster hands, the floor is yours.
Hello, good evening again, everyone. Have fun? Go, man. So, tonight, I have the special privilege of being Toastmaster Nadine's evaluator. And I alluded to earlier that this will be a very special speech for her. Just a little bit of context when going back to the pathways I talked about earlier. So pathways are broken down into 5 levels. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And once you start, you go through the levels by doing speeches, like what Toastmaster Alisa just did. And you progress through, and finally you arrive at level 5, which is obviously the highest level. Toastmaster Nadine's speech is going to be special because it is exactly the opposite of what Toastmaster Alisa just did. Will be Toastmaster Nadine's last speech of her current pathways. So give her a round of applause. So she's doing the presentation mastery pathway, and she's progressed through all the levels from level 1 all the way from icebreaker up to this point. She's gone through a lot. She's done a lot of speeches here, and before that she was part of another club. And tonight she will be doing her very last project. It's called Reflect on Your Path. As the title suggests, this will be her chance to share with us how her learning experience has been like throughout her 5 levels, throughout her time doing this entire pathway. She's going to share us some stories about all the projects, perhaps all the speeches that she's done, all the learnings that she's got from this pathway. And hopefully it might inspire you, members and guests alike, to do your pathways. And just to see, through Toastmaster Nadine's speech, you can see what sort of learning you can get from doing Toastmasters. Without further ado, I would like to welcome Toastmaster Nadine, The Journey of a Quiet Child. Toastmaster Nadine.
When you see me standing on a stage like this, speaking, do you see someone who is confident? When I'm looking at you, can you feel that I'm making eye contact? That is crazy to think because little me would never in a million years think that she will be able to stand on a stage speaking in front of people. I am a daughter of 2 amazing parents. They are hard workers. They work so hard, in fact, that they always left home before I was awake, and they only come home right when I was about to sleep. So naturally, I was left mostly alone, left to navigate this world on my own, without any guidance to simple things. Things such as, how do you make friends? Or, if your friends doesn't want to share their toys with you, should I wait or should I take them by force? Or on the other day, when your friends laughs at you because your socks had a hole in them, what are you supposed to do? Should I laugh with them? I never had that many friends growing up because I feel like the way I communicate pushes people away. And as a result, I become the quiet child. Do you know that you can be an easy target for bullies not because you are the most ugly, not because you are the most poor, and not because you are the most different, but it is because you are the most silent when people are laughing at your face. And unfortunately, I found out about that information by living through it. There are days in my teenage years where going to school becomes the scariest thing for me to do. What should have been the best years of my life becomes a Pandora box that I would rather shut forever. But thankfully, when I go to college, I moved far away from my hometown in Bandung all the way to Solo. I thought, yes, perfect. No one knows my past here. I can start from scratch. So I did just that. I forced myself to speak, and I pushed myself to talk to people. And I pushed myself into leadership positions. For the first time in my life, I felt confident. After college, I moved again from Solo to work in Bali. And I wanted to be even better at speaking, so I started looking up these public speaking clubs on Instagram, and that's how I found Toastmasters. Although at first, I was a bit confused, because what is Toastmasters? Why is the name like that? Is this a baking club? Huh? Are we a baking club, guys? Maybe. Could be. But I decided to come anyways. And at that time, my work was in Gianyar, and the Toastmasters was in Denpasar. And there's no luxury of train or MRT, so I had to take my bike, brum brum. And imagine, to put it into your perspective, imagine driving from here all the way to BSD. And when I got there, mind you, the clubs in Bali is not like here. Here, there are so many people. It's almost like an event. In Bali, maybe there's 1, 2, 3 guests per meeting. And because it was my first time, I had this little name tag on me, written my name Nadine. So I was sticking out like a sore thumb. And sure enough, when it comes to the table topics or the short speech session, the MC suddenly calls out, "All right, everyone, let's give a chance to our guest to speak. Please welcome Nadine." What? Me? This is my first day. But guys, I suddenly remembered this random tip that if you stand up tall, your brain will actually trick you into thinking that you are confident. And I did just that. I rise up from my seat and I walked to the stage confidently. And then I delivered my first ever speech. And everyone was so welcoming. I feel so celebrated despite my imperfect speech. Not long after, I joined Toastmasters. That time I had a mentor. His name is Reno. And boy, he was strict. Reno and I, we would practice at cafes, and he would literally make me stand up on the spot, rehearsing my speech in the middle of the cafe. So imagine you're a waiter, right, in this cafe. You know, maybe it's a slow day, you're just minding your own business, and suddenly a random lady over there started screaming, "Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is..." It was so embarrassing. And I thought his teaching method was really harsh. But he said it is to make me feel desensitized towards other people's judgment. And I think that worked. Because little by little, now when you're staring at me like this, I no longer feel shy. After being a Toastmasters for a while, I got my first opportunity. My fellow Toastmasters recommended me to be an MC in this festival called Ubud Writers and Readers Festival. Good news, right? At that time, I had no experience of being an MC, but I mean, why not? Maybe, maybe they give me a little session in the morning for opening, or maybe I warm up the guests before the main event, right? Wrong. For my first MC debut, I was tasked to do the main program together with Sujiwo Tejo. God, I thought, what is this? I was stressing. I was so nervous before the show, in fact, that I ran down to the audience and I was like, "Hey, can you help me? Can you clap after I say the word festival?" Okay. Okay, help me, guys, yeah? And then I got up to the stage and I finally say my first word. "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Ubud Writers and Readers Festival!" It was exactly like that, by bribing the audience. But guys, at that time, I finally realized just how much power public speaking has. How much power you have when you are on this stage holding the mic. You can make people clap, laugh, even cry, just by saying a few simple words. And now, looking back at these two pictures, is it crazy for me to think that all of my choices and actions had led me from here all the way to now speaking freely in front of everyone? And Toastmasters had been a great part of that journey. For all the times I forced myself to speak, no matter how short or long, no matter if I'm ready or not, it all compounds into who I am today. And now, the journey of this quiet child has not yet ended. But I think she will do just fine from now on. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, such a great speech. A round of applause again, guys. Wow, you know what? Tonight we have two beautiful speakers, two beautiful ladies. strong speeches, encouraging, empowering. I love that. Oh my God, I love your speech. Before I keep yapping, I would like to invite you guys to vote for your favorite speaker. Can you please show the QR code, guys? Okay, so for those our guests for tonight who are new to Toastmasters, so and in every session we get to vote for our favorite speaker. So you can scan this QR code and just pick. But before that, I would like to ask to be voted. Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster Erza. So while you are scanning, I would like to explain a little bit. Why are we timing our speeches here in Toastmasters? Because in giving speeches, you have to go with certain requirements, and one of them is speaking within time limits. And that's why we have a timer, and they will check your time, and it will be defining whether you are eligible to be voted or not. And that's why I had to ask our timer if our two speakers spoke within the time limits, and they did. So they both are eligible to be voted. So anybody having trouble in voting? No? I guess that's it. Okay, can we go to the next part? Okay. I will call upon Toastmaster Trisha to give a little bit of announcement about some technical matter in the membership department. There you go. There you go.
Thank you. All right, thank you very much, Toastmaster Claudia. Have fun. All right, so unfortunately, I will not be giving any powerful, wonderful speeches like our two speakers before, but instead, I am here to deliver some news for our fellow members and for those prospective members who are looking into joining Toastmasters Metropolitan. So, we are going to be having a new membership fee that is going to be valid by the 3rd of August. As you can see, this is the list of new prices. Now, for new members, all right, so for those who are new, I think I'd like to have a raise of hands. Are there anyone new in today's meeting? Okay, oh. How many times have you been here, Toastmaster Claudia? All right, so there's a few here on the right side. This is going to be the new member registration, which is around 485,000 rupiah. And it's only going to be when you join Toastmasters for the first time. And then we have the membership fee, which is 1,389,000 per 6 months. So this is going to be counted in one whole term, basically. So let's say you join the meetings in October. That is the start of the new semester or the second semester of Toastmasters. You're going to be paying all the way until March for this price. But for those who decide to join maybe by July or this month, you will be prorated until the end of the first term. And that is going to be counted by our treasurer, who is unfortunately not here. But don't worry, just contact me and we will do the counting for you. And then we also have the second pathway fee, which is at 645,000. This is if you've already finished your first pathway and you decide to do another one, which is the one that has been introduced in the start of the meeting. So let's say you did presentation mastery and then, oh, I'm already finished with the pathway. I want to do, what was it? Engaging humor? That's right, engaging humor. I want to be a comedian. I want to be funny. Then that means you can take the second pathway fee at this price. Now, here is the note, okay? This is why it's very important to have this announcement. It's only going to be valid by the 3rd of August. So, for those who are looking out to renew their membership before July 31st, can still pay with the current membership fee, which is at 1,167 rupiah. So for those who want to renew from now, please do contact me so that we can immediately process the membership fee and everything else. And that also affects for if you'd like to renew the term from October until March. So, yes, I think that is all. It's quite short for those who are looking out to renewing your membership or want to join Toastmasters. You can do so now. This is the perfect time so that this pricing is not going to take effect. Yes, as the economy grows, I don't know, is it in shambles or whatnot? This is what's going to be valid by the 3rd of August. Now, I think I'm going to open the floor if anyone has any questions or any concerns about the price. I will do my best to answer as well. Do not worry. Hi to Am. This is all coming from the headquarters of Toastmasters. So really, we are here just to relay the information. But there's anything else that would like to be asked? Perhaps? Okay, it seems like that we are at a close then. I hope that this is not too much of a change, but if I were you guys, I would definitely renew starting from this month all the way until March so that it's going to be still with the old price. So you know where to find me. Please do contact me and then we will process the membership fee. And I believe that is all then. Okay, it's a very short announcement. I will now return the floor back to Toastmaster Claudia.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Tricia, our Vice President of Membership. So in this economy, Toastmaster Tricia, really? Okay, so anybody, if you have questions, not only about the pricing, but about anything, about pathways, about the term that you heard Toastmaster Tricia explaining about the terms and about the prorate and everything. Technicalities, you can just come to any one of the people that you can see their faces on the slides. Come to Toastmaster Tricia, ask away. There's no stupid question, really. There's just economy. Okay. Before moving on to general evaluator, I just wanted to say something about Toastmaster Nadine's speech. You know, I relate so much to your speech, and one thing that stuck out to me, like really, was that you said, if you trick the brain by standing tall, that not sometimes, but a lot of the times, almost always, you really believe that you are confident. And you know what? I really relate to that because that's why I always wear high heels when I'm here. I don't wear high heels in my daily life. I cannot. It's too much trouble. But here on this stage at America and Toastmasters, I always wear high heels. Why? Because I'm not an exactly tall lady, right? And this is one of the methods of me tricking my own brain to stand up tall and appear confident. So I relate to you. Good shot. Okay, moving on. Next session would be the evaluation session. This is where we are going to get a lot of evaluations about the event, about the meeting itself, and also about the speeches brought by the speakers. Before I move on about that, I will call upon our general evaluator, Toastmaster, and the floor is yours.
Wow. I just love how empowering the speeches are. Okay, so, hi guys, I'm back. I know you all missed me. All right, I'll be calling on my two professional teams. And that's not really a team. Isn't that? It changed? Sorry about that. There is some mix-up. So yeah, I would like to call on Toastmaster Sony. Fun fact, he's a guest. Yeah, so please, come on guys, clap for him. He's a guest here.
If you could think of one person that changed your life, who will it be? Maybe if someone in this room being asked this question few months later, they could answer that that person could be Toastmaster Alisa because they were inspired by Toastmaster Alisa's speech. Let's give a round of applause to Toastmaster Alisa. Woohoo! That was just her first speech in Toastmasters, and she can deliver a beautiful, wonderful speech on this stage. I have two things that I really like from Toastmasters Alisa's speech. First one is how she make the flow of the speech that's so smooth. Starting from asking the question to audience, ask audience to reflect, and then bring them to her story. And then connecting back to the first question. This flow is so natural and make us easy to follow her story. The second that I like from Toastmaster Alisa is how she is so confident on the stage. She doesn't only stay on the one spot like this, but moving around, exploring the stage, like she owned the stage very well. Well done, Toastmaster Alisa, for your first ever speech. Now, of course, since this is only your first one, there are still a lot of room for improvement, and I will give Toastmaster Alisa two things to improve on her next speech. The first one, I would like to see Toastmaster Alisa improve her eye contact. I noticed that Toastmaster Alisa during the speech mostly looking at the bottom, at the floor. Maybe Toastmaster Alisa next time can try to tilt up her face a little bit and see the audience over here. The second, although I really like how she used the analogy of the song, I noticed that there are lack of connection between the song itself and the opening question. My suggestion to Toastmaster Alisa, she can add one story about what or how the song remind her to and tell more about it. So that the analogy, the question, and the story itself is getting more connected. And to challenge Toastmaster Alisa, I would like to see her explore more in storytelling, adding more analogy, adding more language, and of course the body language, because I can see a potential for her to be a great storyteller. All in all, wonderful speech for the first timer. Of course, for the next time, I would like to see a more connected story from Toastmaster Alisa with a better eye contact. And don't worry, you should not afraid to fail because you can always try again to the next speech. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Nice. Hold on. What an amazing speech and an amazing evaluation. All right. I would like to call upon our second evaluator, and which is he's also our president for the club. Toastmasters Hans, please come up.
Have fun? Romance, thank you. Can we give Toastmaster Nadine another round of applause? That's officially the end of her current pathway, at least. So Toastmaster Nadine has delivered her final speech on her presentation mastery pathway, and that, I think it proves, hopefully, that proves to everyone in this room how powerful Toastmasters can be. It converts, well, Toastmaster Nadine from a shy kid to such a beautiful public speaker. So, well done, Toastmaster Nadine. So, for my evaluation, I'd like to note a few things, a lot of positive things. She started very strongly, and she was immediately asking questions to the audience, and I especially like how she was initially crouching like this to like demonstrate how she's doing eye contact to everyone. And I think this just her intention to get close to the audience. I think that shows her how comfortable she is on stage, and I really like how she did that. And I think this is the main point of my evaluation. Her speech was very comprehensive. It was inspirational. It was entertaining. She gave a beautiful story of her experience throughout the years since her childhood, since her college years, and eventually upon joining Toastmasters. And the story flowed very smoothly, very nicely. I think everyone was able to follow what she was trying to say. And I especially like how some of the lessons she learned were interspersed throughout the story. So she talked about how standing up deliberately tricks your brain to feel confident, or just mentioning something about the power of public speaking in general. So she weaved those lessons that she learned throughout the years, throughout her Toastmasters journey, in her stories, and it makes it so that the lessons doesn't feel forced, and it just became part of the story naturally. So that's very well done. And also, finally, one final point is I like her vocal variety. When she was talking about her troubled childhood, her voice became audibly tense, and she became excited when she's talking about college and how she became more confident. And I like how her voice adds to her storytelling. It became more colorful, more alive. So, Toastmaster evaluations, you're supposed to give at least 3 things. So, we start with commendations, which is what I just did. Recommendations, so what could someone do better next time? And finally, challenge at the end. So, what an evaluator thinks a speaker should do on her next speech. And to be honest, on the recommendation part, it is very, very difficult since the speech itself, I think everyone can agree, was excellent. The only thing I can come up with is maybe to add a few more photos to her presentations. I think it would be a bit more quite interesting to see maybe some pics of her during her time in Bali Toastmasters Club, so just to see what she was like before she joined Mets. But overall, I think it was a very well done speech. My one challenge for Toastmasters Nadine is, well, this is the end of her current pathway, but I would encourage her to continue sharpening her skill by starting another pathway. But unfortunately, she finished just in time when that extra new pathway fee increased, so that's unfortunate timing. Overall, again, well done to Toastmaster Nadine for completing her pathway. It's not complete yet because there is something that she will need to do on our learning platform, but that was just a formality. And anything but official, she's done her pathway, presentation mastery, so well done, Toastmaster Nadine.
Can we change the slides? Okay, thank you. Wow. Can we get another round of applause for our evaluators? Nice. All right, so this is actually time for the general evaluation time. I'll like to call upon our grammarian, Ali. He'll be giving a how do you pronounce that? He will give a detailed report on grammar. I'm sorry.
Thank you very much for having me today. And I'm back, guys. Today, I'm feeling a little bit more confident rather than the first stage coming to the stage today because I felt the energy coming from the both prepared speakers. They were performed very well. So well done for both of you. As I mentioned earlier, I'd like to do a report regarding the grammar and anything related to my role. So the first one, I'd like to say that it is so sad all speakers and evaluators did not mention the words of the day. I mean, that's okay. It's always happened to me as well when it comes to speaking in front of the people and with so many eyes here and feeling like, oh, it's so intimidating. So I forget what should I say on the stage. But overall, thank you guys so much because all of your performances are really, really amazing. And also, The second thing I'd like to report is about improper grammatical use. But to be honest, I believe it's really hard for me to find the grammatical error or anything related to improper grammatical use. So congratulations to all of you. Honestly, it's really hard for me to find. I feel like that nobody here says like something wrong. And also, the last part is going to be the list of quotes, thoughts, words, or saying that I really liked as a grammarian that I took note. The first one is coming from our first prepared speaker, Toastmaster Alisa. She said, take a little pause before we continue to reach your dream. It's very, I can see it's very simple words, but to be honest, it's so powerful because me, myself, after passed my undergraduate final thesis defense, I feel like I always want to continue to pursue my dream. But what about now? I take a little bit of pause, do some rest, mingling with nature or anything related. So thank you for your advice. And then the second words that I really liked from the first speaker is, when we fail again, well, we can try again too. We can try tomorrow again. There's always and always chance for us. Even when now we failed, we must see that the future will always wait for us. Well, even though the future isn't something we wait for, it's something we chase for, right? And the next one is coming from our second prepared speaker, which is Toastmaster Nadine. I really love your speech, to be honest. It feels like watching the international competition of Toastmaster. You said, I force myself to speak, I force myself to talk. Sometimes I really agree, because if not now, when? If not us, who? Okay? So thank you for your suggestion, and maybe for all the audience guests here coming really, really shy, really, really afraid to speak. I believe until after this time, it's really your time to speak. And the second one is, this is also I really love. She said, how much power you have when you're standing like this. With owning this mic, you can make people clap, laugh, and impressed by your speech. Moving on, we have from the evaluator, the first evaluator, Toastmaster Sony, he said, you should not be worried to fail because you always can come back. Because you always can come back stronger. It's so powerful and also impactful to me. I failed so many times in my life. And I think when I heard that quote, okay, this is absolutely my time to move forward. Last but not least, I think Toastmaster Hans really encouraged Toastmaster Nadine to continue sharpening your skill by choosing another pathway. Well, all in all, I really love all the prepared speakers and also the evaluators. Thank you for sharing your story, your experiences, and so on. And I think I'd like to call it a day and handing back this microphone to Toastmaster Ain.
What a very detailed report from our grammarian. Well, okay, it's time for me to call up our second, our and WOD counter. Please come up, come up.
Have fun? Okay, guys. I will report shortly. So I'm so happy because I didn't notice any filler, pause filler, or repeats words today for all of speaker. Give applause, please. And unfortunately, all speaker don't mention word of the day too. That is the stand. Okay, that's it for me. Back to Toastmaster N. Okay.
Sorry, I was a bit distracted. I was interacting with one of our guests. Well, it's my time to deliver a report. we can start by this meeting is going to end early. Okay, so we're technically it's a good thing, but it's not really with the schedule. But our meeting did start early, so that is a good thing. The speeches and the transitions between segments were smooth and well coordinated, so I will give it that. And I think to our role takers, I think we can increase the volume of our or tone of our when we speak. I think that is it. This meeting was overall very productive, and definitely a very fun meeting to be in. Thank you.
Thank you so much, GE. Now, before we move on to the announcements, I would like to invite you to please show the QR code once again. I would like to invite you to... Okay, Mr. President, you lose intentionally. So, so supposedly we have the right to vote for our favorite evaluator again, because one of the requirements to be eligible to be voted is speaking within the time limit. Our president, Toastmaster Hans, as our second evaluator, did not fulfill the requirement. He spoke overtime. Do you want to know how much you overtime? 4 minutes, 40 seconds. He likes to speak. Mr. President likes to speak. So in that case, though, it's it's not my announcement. Okay, so moving on to the next slide, please. Now we have to hear the announcement from the ballot counter herself. Toastmaster Wina, can you please come up to stage? She will tell. She will tell. Here you go.
Hi everyone, are you still excited? Yes. Let's me test. Have fun? Yes. And now we're going to announce your voting for the favorite paper speech. Drum roll, please. The winner is Toastmaster Nadine. Let's take a picture.
Her certificate will be coming another time.
Move forward. Oh, sorry. Thank you. This way. And even though we already know our president is intentional lose, but we need to congrats to our Toastmaster Sony as our best favorite evaluator. Congratulations. Let's take a picture. One more. Okay. You and together. Together. Thank you. Congratulations. Back to our Tom, our beautiful lady, Toastmaster Claudia.
Thank you, Toastmaster Toastmaster Wina. A lot of congratulations to our winners, Toastmaster Nadine and Toastmaster Sonny. Okay, you might hold those trophies only for 20 more minutes and then give it back to us, okay? So, Toastmaster Nadine, very strong speech, engaging, empowering as always. Congratulations on finishing your first pathway. And good luck on your second pathway, Toastmaster Sonny. He is a visiting Toastmaster. So Toastmaster Sonny is from SCBD Toastmaster. It is our neighboring, our friend, Toastmasters Club. Thank you so much for making the time, coming here, taking the role, and congratulations on the 20 minutes trophy. I would also like to congratulate Toastmaster Alyssa. You did great. Congratulations on delivering your icebreaker. Round of applause, everybody. That was a strong speech. Yes? Oh, we do. Oh, hey. Okay, now you know when somebody says there is a visiting Toastmaster, of course you have to come up stage. Come on, come here. I need another mic. Hey, welcome to Jakarta. Your name?
Thank you.
Please come here.
My name is Melita, but people call me Lita.
Okay, Toastmaster Lita, can you please explain a little bit about yourself, why you are here? Are you visiting? Are you working? Are you having vacation?
Vacation?
Not vacation. Bali to Jakarta for vacation doesn't match. Please.
We don't have big buildings in Bali, so that's why I came to Bali to see.
Do you
the
have
big
lights?
buildings.
Neon lights?
We have a natural light.
Natural light. Better. That's better.
Yeah, I'm a visiting Toastmaster from Magical Bali Toastmasters Club. It's a sister club from Nadine's previous club in Bali, Bali Toastmasters Club. And I'm here to work and also visiting my family.
You're from Jakarta.
Thank you very much. One of my hobby is visiting clubs, so we do call clubbing.
Aha,
It's not
yes.
that kind of clubbing, because Bali we do a lot of like clubs.
Different kinds of
kind
club.
of clubbing.
Yes.
Yeah, and I used to live in Jakarta a few years ago, and then I used to come to visit Mats, and it's yeah, I feel like nostalgic when I feel visiting Mats
Welcome
again.
back.
Thank you very much.
So how long have you been a Toastmaster?
I started join Toastmasters in 2019, so it's about 6-7 years.
6-7 years. Well-seasoned Toastmaster.
Yeah.
Do you think we should give her an impromptu table topic? So table topic itself is an impromptu speech, and now we're gonna give her an impromptu table topic, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is like a prank.
Yes! I love pranks, right? Okay, so Toastmaster Alyssa's speech was about think about somebody that you think shape you into who you are today. So that's your topic.
Ooh.
Timer, can we get a time? Yes, Toastmaster Arza. So the topic for your impromptu table topic is who is somebody that comes into your mind when you think about somebody that shaped you into who you are today and why. Toastmaster Lita.
Okay. Younger myself was stick to me every day, every time till now. Why I say so? If you see me taking a deep breath, it feels like I have a lot of like guilty pleasure with my younger self. So that's why Lita, the child Lita, I'm not trying to copy what Nadine saying, is the one that walking through with me all the time till now. I would really love to say to my younger self, go ahead, try, don't mention that I cannot do it. Because you never know if you are not try it. Frankly speaking, Toastmaster shaping my life. One of my friends in Bali saying that joining Toastmasters is like a therapy club. Because we share our personal things that we would like to share with others without people judge us. That's why I keep in Toastmasters environment for 6, 7 years. My fellow Toastmasters is my first ring rather than my family. Can you imagine? You tell your mom, Mom, I don't get to the school today. Mom, your mom will get angry to you. If you say to your Toastmasters friends, Nadine, I didn't go to school today. Oh, that's a good one. Let's go for clubbing. Let's go to the beach. Your fellow Toastmaster will support you no matter what. That's the things that I keep thinking on my mind, that the one that support me all the time is me and my younger self.
Wow, look at that. A seasoned Toastmaster. She didn't know that she was going to deliver a speech, and she did anyway. Congratulations and thank you very much.
Exactly. We never have a conversations before this,
We
right?
never met each other. And this is the beauty about becoming a Toastmaster, right? You become very confident, even though it's something very impromptu. Yes, thank
because
you so
we
much.
used to be wear so many hats.
Yes, exactly. You will understand when you
Yes,
become. Thank you so
sure.
much.
Thank you very much.
Glad to have you here.
Thank you for inviting me. And I invite you to our clubs in Bali.
I will go to Bali next month.
Okay, cool. I'll
So
give
I
my
will-
contact
yes.
to you. All right. Let's do
Awesome.
clubbing in Bali.
Oh, great.
All right, thank you very much. I'll
Thank
give
you
the
so
mic
much. Okay, hey, Toastmaster Lita, everybody. We still have a little bit of time for one more speaker. I would like to invite somebody to volunteer for an impromptu table topic. Anybody wants to volunteer? So we had a visiting Toastmaster. Now I want a guest. So somebody that is not a Toastmaster and never been a Toastmaster. Somebody? Somebody. Yes, you. Trisha, is that your friend? Yes, okay, come here. I saw you. You will go after this, okay? After. I saw you raising your hand. Now you first, miss. Let's go. Come on. Yeah, Trisha, your friend. Okay, come on, welcome. Round of applause, everybody. Don't trip, take your time, it's okay. Welcome. Hi, what's your name?
Nadia.
Hi, Nadia, I'm Claudia. Is this your first time in Toastmasters?
No, I came last year.
You came last year? Is this?
I'm Trisha's cousin.
Trisha's cousin. Trisha is our vice president of membership, but she is a little bit like, like those guys in MLM or like insurance?
Recruiter.
Recruiter, exactly. Okay, so you're gonna do the table topic. You know how it works?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so 1 to 2 minutes, right? That's the timer. I will give you the topic. So the first one was from our first speaker, second one will be from our second speaker. So this is something tricky. Do you have tricks that you tell yourself to empower you in difficult times? Do you have tricks that you tell yourself to empower you in difficult times? Toastmaster?
Nadia.
Nadia. Toastmaster Nadia.
Hi, everyone. So, yeah, I do have tricks. I like to think that I have done lots of difficult things in my life. And I think the main thing that I do is to pretend that I've already done it. So I've finished my undergrad degree at UCL and I did my master's degree at Oxford. So those are two very difficult things. And at each stage, I felt like an imposter. I felt like I shouldn't be there. I felt like I wasn't smart enough. But I think by the time I finished my undergrad, especially at UCL, I was like, let me just pretend like I've already got it. And it was the same with job hunting. Job hunting, even though I've done those two very great things, job hunting is the most difficult thing I've ever done, especially in this economy and how difficult it is to get a job. But again, with that, every interview that I've gone to, I always just pretend like I already have it. And confidence is the most important thing, in my opinion. Thank you.
Oh, awesome. Thank you very much. So you said that confidence is the most important thing, and you said that pretending that you already have it is the trick that you tell yourself to become confident.
Yes.
That is a very good trick, actually. That is a very good trick. And I know this because a lot of people talk about this in LinkedIn.
Oh, yeah.
So that is a very good trick. Thank you very much. Can you tell me a little bit more about you, about Trisha, about whatever? Like, have you come here?
Yeah, sure. I was born here, but I grew up in the UK. I grew up in Oxford. But I come back to visit Indonesia every year because my whole family are still here, including
Trisha. Awesome. Okay, well, I hope you have a good time.
Thank you.
I hope to see you again in our next meeting.
Thank you very much, Claudia.
Thank you so much, Nadia. Okay, I promised one of our guests, I think we still have time for one more. Can you please come up stage? Yes. Now I have to think about a topic. Anybody have a topic to suggest? Hello. Welcome.
Hello.
What's your name?
My name is Sahil.
Sahil.
Yep.
Welcome. Is this your first time in Toastmasters or in Mets?
Yes, very first time. And I had the same question, is it like a baking club or something? But turns out not.
So what do you think when you found out it's not a baking club?
It's fun.
It's fun?
Even though it's not a baking club, but I think so. We are baking some nice ideas.
Of course. Baking speeches. Anything that you think about as you want to say before you get your time for your speech?
I'm actually very nervous. I don't know.
It doesn't show.
Yeah, I think so. What helps is I'm really tall.
Ah.
Yeah, so I think so. That's a reverse thing. I'm tall, so it's like, yeah, I'm nervous. It just doesn't look like I'm nervous.
Okay. Anybody has something to propose? Otherwise, I'm going to give him. What? Sorry? Our theme of today. Our theme. Okay. Sustain. Our theme for today is small action, lasting impact. Word of the day, sustain. So probably something along the lines of, have you done a small action that unexpectedly give a lasting impact or a sustainable result? So have you done a small action that unexpectedly have a lasting impact and a sustainable result? Toastmaster, soon to be Toastmaster Sahil. 1 to 2 minutes. Look at the time. Look at yes, those.
Okay. Thank you for the topic. And finally, I'm breaking the egg by saying sustain. Finally, the word of the day is coming out. When I think of sustain, I actually think of, I don't know why I think so, think of my New Year resolution about losing weight, running a marathon, or maybe big ambitious goal like earning my first $1 million, which never sustains. Which brings me thinking about maybe there is something wrong in the way I set my New Year's resolution. And I can think about the beautiful speech that was given before about not thinking about the end goal, but really enjoying the journey when you're moving forward. You know, if I think it's really not about getting a six-pack, losing weight, being a millionaire, or something like that. The thing that I really want to achieve is to be healthy. Not to have more money, but to have things that money would enable. To be happy. And for that, I don't need $1 million. I need something sustainable. Something like making people close to me happy and smile by just being present. So maybe that's the one takeaway from all of this. A sustainable thing that we can all do is to be present daily in our own life and in the life of the people we love. Thank you.
Oh, that is beautiful. So wait a second, just hold this for a minute. So I like that in conclusion, you said that you have to focus on the present day, and it's not always about the result, but it's about the journey. And I would like to highlight this because if you take a look at the two speeches, they are all about journey. So I love it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I hope you have a good time, and I hope to see you in our next meetings. Okay, so without further ado, actually, we have come to the end of our session, sadly. Now, to close our session, I would like to invite our Mr. President to close the meeting. There you go.
Can we give another round of applause for the fabulous Toastmaster Claudia? Woo. So, have fun. Go, Mats. How's everyone feeling now? Woo! Woo! So, first of all, I would like to apologize again if any of our guests were expecting table topics for tonight. So we felt we had to be a bit transparent about the membership fee increase earlier. Just be transparent for everyone, members and prospective members alike. And I would also like to say a little bit of call of action. So a little bit of context. Mets don't set the membership fee ourselves. We don't set this internally. So as I mentioned earlier, Toastmasters, we are part of the entire Toastmasters organization, which is worldwide, and our headquarters is in the US, and they're the one who sets the price for every club to follow. And if you join Mets, you technically become part of the entire worldwide Toastmasters. It might sound expensive, but once you join, you have access to the Pathways learning program. You have access to coming here, obviously, coming to these meetings, and not just us, but all of the clubs in the entire world. So we have Toastmasters from STBD Toastmasters. As a member, you can come to their meetings. We have loads of other Toastmasters clubs in Jakarta. You can freely come to all of them. And I hope that seeing everyone who came up here, whether it's Toastmaster Alisa, Toastmaster Nadine, all the role takers that have come up here, I hope that, especially for the guests, you can see how impactful Toastmasters can be in improving our public speaking, improving our self-confidence. So it might sound a lot, but trust me and trust all of us that it's not going to be to waste. So I hope that it's not going to be that prohibitive. Please talk to us if you are interested in joining. And next, please do follow our Instagram at Toastmasters for info on our following meetings and all the happenings in our club. Also, don't forget to follow at AT America for more exciting events in this very venue. And as I mentioned, so if you are interested in becoming a member, please come to Toastmaster Trisha to find out more. You can scan the QR code on the left to talk to her straight on WhatsApp. And the QR code on the right leads to our link tree, which has a little bit more info on the technicalities of Toastmasters. And that's all for tonight. I would like to close the meeting by knocking this gavel again. Thank you, everyone. And I'd like to pass this back to E-Guide.
Yay! Can we give a round of applause for Metropolitan Toastmasters tonight? Thank you so much, Kak Hans and Kak Claudia, for the fun and insightful session. Another round of applause for all of you for coming here tonight. Yay! And earlier, I asked a trivia question for our Sobat America who joined us via online. And the question was, is it true or false? There are fewer than 10,000 Toastmaster clubs worldwide. The answer is false. Toastmasters has a global community of more than 13,800 clubs. And a special shout out to @dita.setianingrum from Instagram for getting it the correct answer. And to stay updated on our upcoming programs, don't forget to follow our social media on Instagram, Facebook, X, and subscribe our YouTube channel at AT America. Once again, my name is Dila, and see you in the next At America event. Bye-bye! We're gonna take a group